Hi, party people. Welcome to Xuanzang's Tower. Happy to see y'all. We get to enjoy another wonderful Monday or Tuesday, depending on what time zone you're in. We've got some great classes lined up for you today. We have a class with Wordsmith, Mind Only School, and we have a class with Seiji Arao, which is Guide to the Bodhisattva's Way of Life. Both amazing classes that I'm very much looking forward to. Geshe Michael, are you there?
Sí, señor.
Great.
Word's gonna do his thing if he can figure out his computer. Still working on it. Can you use mine? I don't know. Hang on, Nick.
Yep, sure. Let's take our time. Well, I'll take this moment to extend deep appreciation for all of our interpreters translating us into many languages. Deep appreciation for Worldview Productions team for archiving for stuff and managing all tech, and appreciation for YSI for putting on these amazing Bhagavad Gita teachings.
Always.
Deep appreciation.
Hey, Nick, we had the first yoga class at Peace Tree Cafe.
I heard about that.
Yeah.
How'd it go?
Miss Ma taught. It looked like the Sermon on the Mount to me.
A religious experience. So it wasn't just
Blessed
like
are the toe touchers.
blessed are the cinnamon roll eaters.
Yeah.
Sorry again. Do you eat cinnamon rolls during class?
Say again? Never.
They'll never admit it. They'll never admit it if they do.
Oh.
Very advanced pose.
Okay, word is ready.
Looking forward.
Okay, can you see him?
Yeah. Hello. Thank you.
We see you guys and we hear you guys loud and clear.
Okay, cool. Okay, welcome everybody. We are doing Mind Only School. It is, Geshe said we all got books like us. My school is complicated and difficult.
Well spoken, like so.
All right, here we go. So this is a review from last class. I agree. We are in the end of a discussion on the definition of the seventh consciousness in the Mind Only School, which is called messed up mind.
That's a technical term.
We're using it in the translation. No, it's the part of your mind that contributes to all your mental problems in the Mind Only School. Okay, so we're wrapping that up after, I don't know, 6 years.
We started in February of 2021.
Yeah.
4 years.
The second time. Yeah.
5 years. Yeah.
First time was in
2017.
Yeah, we couldn't figure it out the first time. Okay, so first question from last class. At what stage has a Buddha's seeds reached their ultimate potential? Ooh.
Trick question, because if they haven't, then they aren't.
Aren't a Buddha?
Right.
Hey, I'm just quoting Jason Kappa. I don't know anything. If you weren't in last class,
8th level?
No, not a Buddha yet.
9th?
Keep on going.
Yeah.
We're sharing the screen.
I'm
Sure,
sure.
you're sharing the screen. It's not showing over here.
Really? I'm
That's
sure.
a Zoom call. That's a Zoom call.
I'm sure.
Not true.
You were sharing word?
Oh.
Hasn't
Yeah,
come
I am
to us.
sharing.
Sharing. I can see it sharing.
I used the mixed nuts one. Do I have to use the Xuanzang's live one? Yeah,
Might be
that's the
why
same.
I said- No. No.
I am. I don't know what's going on.
Hey.
But that was the question. It's not going to help you to see it if you don't know.
It's a good way to stall.
Okay. I know it's style tactic. I'll tell you, okay? Last time we talked about diamond-like meditation, and it said when they reached diamond-like meditation, all their seeds would have went to their most highest potential. It was an argument for them not having a foundation consciousness. Okay, you have no idea. That's okay.
No, but there was an interesting part. I don't know if we reached it yet of what the foundation consciousness turns into and what the messed up mind turns into.
I don't think we touched it.
I don't think we got there yet.
No, I don't think so.
It's coming.
Okay, cool. Does a ninth level bodhisattva still need a foundation consciousness?
Good question.
No? Hmm. Sorry. Okay, let's see. Apparently not.
Okay.
Their mind has already reached a transformed state in which they are ready to achieve the power of awareness called, the four individually pure,
Okay.
which is one of the states of powers of enlightened being. Okay. Question 3. Does an 8th level bodhisattva still have to make conscious effort to do good deeds?
Apparently not. They don't.
It seemed like they would, but since you're asking the question, I'm going to say no. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of a trick question. Yeah. No. So we were talking about.
Hey, boss. Here comes the big boss.
No, but it is as if their mind no longer has thoughts of themselves.
That's my cat's name too.
It is just that these thoughts do not need a foundation consciousness behind them to occur. Like they still, even though they don't have a foundation consciousness, they still have thoughts that they can think of things. And that was the point. The question was, well, if they reach this high state and their foundation consciousness is gone because they no longer have mental afflictions, negative emotions, does that mean their foundation consciousness disappears altogether? Therefore, they have no mind. And of course not. So, yeah. Okay. So you guys can't see my screen? No one can see my screen?
No.
Oh.
We cannot.
I don't know why. Okay. Betul in the mother tongue. Yeah. Apostrophe BADRTZOL. Betul.
Make effort.
Close. Yeah. We said conscious effort, but same. Okay. Drung Chongwa.
That's a nice.
Isn't that fun? Drung DRUNGS. Chongwa PHYUNG space BA. Drung Chongwa.
Pull out from the root.
Yay!
So square.
Perfect. Yeah, yanked out from the root. That's my official translation. And this last one is a sentence. Did it come up all of a sudden?
Yeah.
Oh. Right when I didn't want the answer up there?
Right.
Not
Perfect.
in TV land.
Now.
Ah, there it is.
Thanks, Venerable Chunzo. Very helpful. Okay. Read it, Shunzo. The mother language. Okay, yeah. Why did we say that? What's the point? What's the context? Smarty pants. It's what close. It's what an 8th level bodhisattva can still say to themselves. They can still say, "I want to help all living beings," even though they don't have a foundation consciousness which has negativity attached to it. Uh-oh, that's the question. That's the section we just ended. You got to look at the old classes. Okay, here we go. Student translation.
Can you read just the first one?
Yeah, here we go. Tetar chena wang topa tang dra chombala yiki sel riki tsete yukyang nyuni tu mi jupa tang naminki namshi yukyang kunshi she mi jupa mi teta ki tun matsangwe chiro.
Yeah, that's the one I was talking about.
Okay.
If that were the case, then those who have achieved the power have achieved power, yeah, and enemy disjoinous minds consist of clear awareness. Selrik is Selshin Rupa. Okay. Okay.
Oh, clear and knowing?
Yeah, so it's a trick word because it's a definition of mind. So instead of saying mind, he called it clear knowing. But that's okay. The translation's okay. Clear awareness. That is also so you can. Yeah. So you gotta say, do these high bodhisattvas and arhats, do they possess self? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah. But we don't call it Yinyi, right?
Right.
They possess mind, but we don't call it negative consciousness. And then what's the corresponding one for the other of the extra 2 consciousnesses that the mind-only school says exist? Messed up mind and
Foundation consciousness.
foundation consciousness. So do they still have mind? Yes. Do we call it negative consciousness? No. And do they still have some kind of foundational consciousness, but we don't call it foundation consciousness? Naminki namshe yokyang. What's that mean? Yeah, they have a state of mind which has ripened from karma, but we don't call it kunshi anymore. I thought kunshi was where the karma stayed.
Yeah, but I think the point is they're still staying someplace, but you don't call it kunshi anymore because it's not negative anymore.
Well, here's a trick of kunshi, okay? Just appreciate it in the future. It's like an egg it's like the shell of an egg with an egg inside, right? The stuff inside is karmic seeds, right? But the shell has also come from karmic seeds. So the holder of the karmic seeds has also come from karmic seeds, okay? What he says is, look, it still has karmic seeds, but it's not the egg anymore. Okay? It still results from karma, but it's not the container of karmic seeds anymore. Okay? Something like that.
And so wait, what's the Gimmi tongue? I couldn't quite get it again.
That's a good question. They can no longer, those 2 states of mind can no longer be called foundation consciousness and negative consciousness because they don't contain all the components that would be necessary to give them those names.
They don't have the complete meaning.
Yeah, they're not complete in all the senses of messed up mind and storehouse mind.
Yeah.
Probably because storehouse mind and messed up mind imply some kind of messed up that these people are beyond. So the required characteristics to say they have foundation consciousness or messed up consciousness are not enough. They're not incomplete. Matang. Matang means not complete. Okay. The characteristics that would make them a true foundation consciousness and would make them a true negative consciousness are incomplete because they're too nice. Okay, that's all.
Okay, next.
Yeah, next.
Shall I read or shall somebody else torture?
Torture somebody else.
Oh. Lindsay! You're close. Please.
以 Daslan 之 Jawa, Mangzi, Yemen, Churgo, Bedak, Disan, and
Yeah.
Cannot Simple.
Simple. Yeah. Z is just a low tone S. Okay, it's not a Z. We just use it because there's no two S's in English. Okay, it's not Z. It's just think of it as S, but low tone. Sin. How do you feel? I feel fine. Sin. Okay. This doesn't say that. Normally it would. Normally at this point, these guys say, "Oh, there's a lot more to say, but I don't want the book to go on too long."
It doesn't say that?
And go on too long means the last book I translated his was 2,000 pages. Okay, I finished it. It took me 12 years. Finished in January. So when he says I didn't want to go on too long, he's serious. But he did not say that here. And it's interesting that he didn't say it here. What did he say?
I don't know.
Jawa Mangdu. There's a lot more I could say. Ma means that I admit, Ma means I admit. I admit there's a lot more to say here. Key is correct. It's the disjunctive key. But this tripa means is very important word, meaning you take a root text verse and you expand on it. You see what I mean? Like Nick's book had a whole explanation of which books of Nagarjuna were expanded from his first book. And they were all tripas from his wisdom. All the other of the 6 great books of Nagarjuna, the 5 are tripas from individual lines from his first book. See what I mean? So what he's saying is, choke means what?
Allowed to?
Yeah, allowed. Draw choke the way. You ask your teacher, can I go to the town? Can I go to the village? He says, is it movie day in the village? You say, no. Okay, you can go. Choke do. So, somebody, he says, so he doesn't say it would be too long. He says, let's do that some other time. It's different, right? Normally the guy meaning the holy man, normally they'll say, I don't want my book to go on too long. But what he's saying is, we can do that later. We can do that in another book. This book is famous for its brevity. This book presents the whole mind-only school in a short poem. And I was trying to think of where a word could go next in the mind-only school, and this short poem pretty much covers everything. So I don't know. Okay, Chogo. What's the next part? Read.
As
such?
Yeah, as such, that completes our presentation of the definition of the negative consciousness.
Yeah. So if, his book is called
Yi Dang Kun Shi.
Yeah. Yeah, a presentation of mind and foundation consciousness.
Yeah.
And it's an odd name because
the book isn't about mind.
Yeah, it's about negative mind. So that's another story. Yeah. But what he spent a long time, it took us several years to cover negative consciousness, and he just finished. Yay! Okay.
We no longer have negative consciousness.
So he's covered foundation consciousness, and he's covered negative consciousness, which is all he promised to cover. So what's interesting is we're getting close to the end of the book. We're about over 90% done, 95% done. 2 more months, maybe something like that, according to my estimate. All right. What do you got after that?
You told me to do all the chapter names for the whole book. Translate.
Oh, down here.
Yeah, you want to do it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Should I do it?
Yeah.
All right, Lindsay, you're up.
一当空气卡为内亚切 grandpa like pashe pay yaso shewa
谁找我？
shijawa listen nitan la da
Up, 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 up,
la
up,
la
up, up,
up
up.
oh the deep okay yeah up te
Up.
lu
Good.
dang po
Okay, good. Translate one.
I wrote, thus ends the first chapter of The Ocean of Eloquence, an in-depth commentary upon difficult questions about negative consciousness and the foundation consciousness, where it plants its seeds, a presentation of the definitions of foundation consciousness and negative consciousness.
Okay. So who wrote the root text and who wrote the commentary?
Jason Kappa.
Okay, good. Yeah, it's an auto comment. Okay, got it. Okay. Now something weird. You want to say something weird about the chapters based on this?
Yeah.
Or we're not. Let's do the names of the chapters.
Okay, so, sure.
Yeah. You want someone to read them?
Sure.
Get some other student up here.
Lydia wants to read.
Yay, Lydia!
Yay!
Yeah, Mama. If they torture you at home, torture them in the class.
Yeah.
Taking care of the house.
Stop.
I have come to the Tibetan classes.
Stop.
That chapter will close and you get back to work. Right, Nora? Oh, she doesn't.
Only 20 years. Okay.
You don't.
Jitang Kunchi Gat Bei
Wei.
Wei
Yeah.
Na
Ne.
Ne
Mhm.
Ya
Yes.
Chen
Uh-huh.
Drempa
Yes.
Lekpar She Bei
Yes. Gyatso.
Gyatso
Mhm.
Shewa
Seijawa.
Shejawa
Mhm.
Lake
Drup.
Drup
J.
J
Mhm.
Shepa
Yeah.
Tele Nimpe
Nipa.
Limpa.
Yay.
Yeah, so the first chapter's name is, I'll give you the definitions, from blah, 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 and he names his whole book. And then for the second chapter, he repeats the whole thing, but he just changes the name of the chapter, which is?
This chapter is about arguments.
Yeah. Yeah. Droop Chase, call that
Usually proofs.
justifications or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
There are two kinds. When you want to prove something in Buddhism, logic and scripture. So he's going to give supporting evidence, supporting logic, and he's going to give supporting scriptural statements in favor of these seventh and eighth types of consciousness. Okay? That's the second chapter. Third chapter word. Let's just go to the one word that's different.
Okay, let's just do that. Namshi Tsok Ngyor Dupa Dakpa.
Good. What's that?
That is a refutation of the belief that consciousness can be grouped into 9.
Yeah, I mean, 8 is already weird.
Pushing it.
Yeah, now somebody comes and says, "Hey, I got a 9th one," and we're like, "Don't even open your mouth." Okay, all right. So that's the third chapter. What's the fourth chapter?
Namshi Chikpur Ndupa Dakpa.
Yeah.
A refutation of the position that all types of consciousness can be put into a single group.
Yeah. Good. Okay. Now here's the punchline. The first chapter, which we just finished after years of work, is on page. It ends on page 41. Okay.
441.
Well, in the Tibetan, on folio 41. Okay. Remember, keep it in mind. The second chapter ends at page 42. Okay, got it? The first chapter goes to page 41. The second chapter goes from 41 to 42. The third chapter goes from 42 to 43. And the fourth chapter goes from 43 to 44. So don't be, when you here's a lesson for our translators. And after 8 years of work, I don't have a lot of, secrets to tell the translators. But here's one. Don't stick to their division if it's silly. Okay? Don't put out a book, which many people do, like the Lamrim Chemel translation. The 20 scholars worked on it. And they do this kind of thing. This chapter 1 will be 328 pages. Chapter 2 will be 8 pages. Chapter 3 will be 8 pages. And chapter 4 will be 4 pages. So you don't divide it like that's what I'm trying to say. Don't follow what he calls don't blindly follow the author calls chapters. Think about it and divide it up in a more edible way. Okay? All right. Let's go back to the text.
Yay.
We finished that. Okay. Now we're on chapter 2.
Take the plane, boss.
Okay. All right, I'm not taking the plane. You decide who's reading.
You are the plane.
Nipa. Right? Oh.
We're on the computer.
I have to take this plane.
Yes.
I don't even know where I am. Am I on the Zoom call? Oh, hi. I don't turn on my video, as far as I understand. Right? Okay. Are we good?
Yes.
Okay. You want to have somebody read?
Sure. Captain Bill.
Yeah.
That's why I called on you.
Yeah, that trick don't work.
We know that one.
You know that trick.
That's the second one. I know that one too.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Left him at the
I
house.
left my glasses at home. My dog ate my glasses. Where am I reading?
Hold on. Mine.
By the way, these are so short, Captain Bill. That
Okay.
it's like flying from Philadelphia to Kansas City.
Okay, read this.
To pick up the
Nipa
Super Bowl
Yidan
trophy.
Kunshi Drupa Chipa Tumpani.
Yeah. Stay, Captain Bill.
Oh,
No. By the way,
love you, stay.
Captain Bill is in the overseas study program. I'd like to thank him for his It takes guts, literally, to go there.
Whatever's left of them.
You've seen Indian traffic, you know what he's talking about.
Yeah, real interactive. Yipa means what, you guys?
Second,
Yeah, Yidan Kunshi.
negative consciousness and foundation consciousness.
Yeah, and now Dukche.
Arguments or proofs defending.
Yeah, here are supporting statements or ideas in favor of this 7th and 8th kinds of consciousness, okay? Which no other school, except some weird lower middle weird guy.
Maybe.
Possibly.
And Tumpa, just a presentation on it again.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I'm gonna present. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, now Captain Bill has to do it again.
Gilte Namshe Drukla Ta De Pe Kunshi Tangi Ke Lena De Dat Yutpar Gangi She Shena.
Good.
Yeah. Where do you want to translate it?
Sure. Kelte. If it were the case, Namshe Juk Le Tadepa, that separate from the 6 usual consciousness that everybody talks about, Kelen, there was some acceptance of Kunshi Dang Yi of 2 other consciousness, one called foundation consciousness, the other one called negative consciousness.
Good.
Shena, then you may ask, Tetak Yupar, what are these things? Kangi She. How do we even know that they exist?
Yeah. What makes you think they exist? Kangishe. Okay. What makes you got any proof to show for this weird idea? that there's a seventh and eighth kind of consciousness. Then there's the root text, which we translated. So what happened historically with word is we went to Tsongkhapa's explanation of the mind-only school. We tried it for a few weeks, and it was way too difficult for us. Then we found an easier commentary, and we finished that one. It took 6 years or something. And then we went back to Tsongkhapa, and we could read it after that, okay? But the translation of the root text is already done because we did that in the first book, okay? So we're not going to cover that because it gives you all, it lets the cat out of the bag. Who's good? We want to have Dr. Bill, Captain Bill.
One more Captain.
Didong.
Dila Lungdang Rikpe Jupche Niso.
Word.
Okay, so Dila, with that in mind of what are these crazy consciousnesses, Jupche Ni will use two methods to prove their existence. We'll use Lung, scriptural authority, Tang, and we'll use Rikpa, reasoning or logical proofs.
Good. Okay. Let's find another victim. Nice job, Captain Bill. And then victim.
Jack wants to.
Jack.
Yay!
Jack's like, please. He's a pretty good reader.
You're welcome.
Pangpola ang
Right. Yeah. That's just for recording. Here, use this in voice.
Pangpola ang kungsi tang nyun yiki lung ni le tangponi chungung pa tek pa chen pu to le.
Good.
Read the verse.
Oh, keep going.
Yeah, and I want to see what? Dun, 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 dun,
Yeah.
dun, dun, dun.
Tokma mepe duki ching
Ying.
ying. Okay. Chu nam kun ki ne yin te de yu pe na dro kun tang nyangen te paang to pargyur.
Nice.
Yay.
Shade. Good. All right.
Very good.
Let's see if Jack can translate some of that.
Yeah, that's it.
Dumbo.
Yeah.
Good. Kunshi's Kunshi. Okay. Foundation consciousness. Nyunyi. What's Nyunyi? Yeah, negative consciousness. What's unusual about it here?
He said the whole word.
Yeah, he used the whole word, which he has not done in the whole book.
Not
He keeps
consistent.
calling negative consciousness consciousness. Maybe it's a statement on the state of his students' minds. Okay.
My mind.
Lung Ni Le.
Two different books say.
Yeah, I'm going to give you scriptural proofs, but I'll do it separately. I'll give you scriptural proofs for foundation consciousness, and I'll give you scriptural proofs for negative consciousness. Okay. Of those two, here's the Dumbo. First, okay.
First.
here's some scriptural backup for the idea of kunshi, foundation consciousness. And then my source, he says, if you want to know my source, it's Chung Lumba Jack.
Abhidharma.
Abhidharma. Okay. Lumba is Abhi, Che is Dharma. Okay. So there's an Abhidharma, take Pachembo, not take Pachembo.
Mm-hmm.
Mahayana.
Mahayana Abhidharma.
Mahayana. Ndo. Sutra. Okay. Sutra. So he's going to quote a sutra called the Mahayana Abhidharma Sutra, which is weird because, you know, Abhidharma is the classical lower school. But there are higher Abhidharma school sutras. Okay. And Tokma, I think you got to help him out. Tokma.
The beginning.
Yeah, May, Jack.
Meh. Less.
Yeah, beginningless to time.
Time.
Ying,
Realm.
Ying means like mystical realm or something. Okay, the mystical space. It even sounds like that, right? Ying, ying, ying. Where are you from? I'm from the Ying. Okay, in the mystical space with no beginning in time. Okay, that's a pretty good start. Chunam kun, chukun Jack, chukun.
All stuff.
All the stuff in the universe. It is their ne.
Existence.
Ne.
Place, existence.
It's their place. That's where they live.
Mhm.
Okay. It's where all the stuff that lives in the realm of all time, from beginnings time, lives. Okay. It's the place where all the stuff in the universe has lived for time with no beginning. Okay. Sounds very poetic, right? Yeah, it exists. It really does exist. And Drokundang.
Everybody.
Well, here it's negative.
All suffering people?
Yeah, Dro here means Jata. We're gonna have it in Seiji's text. Jati, birth, rebirth. Here it means rebirth. Goings. Okay. So if you have it, you are reborn. Okay. And you can also
achieve nirvana.
Yeah, you can also achieve nirvana. There's a space in the universe which has existed for time with no beginning. It is the place where all objects reside. If you have it, you have to be. When you have it, you have to be reborn, or you can achieve nirvana. What is he describing?
No, Kunshi.
Remember, he promised us scriptural proof of Kunshi, of foundation consciousness. Okay. And it's a little, what would I call it? Debatable. Right? Okay. It's like if the universe exists, and he's like, that proves Kunshi. Okay. Something like that. No, but it makes sense. He means if there's a refrigerator where all your karma stays for a time with no beginning, then people either suffer or they get free. It's the foundation. Okay? Kunshi. Right? It's the foundation of everything. Shedan. Then I went and got it. There is a book. It's Tepa Chambaduba.
Mahayana Sangraha?
Yeah. It's by Arya Sangha. So it's interesting.
It sounds like it should be Abhidhamma Sambuchaya, though.
Well, it's interesting that they call it Chunama Tepa Chambaduba. Okay. By the way, I think he's quoting it. Sorry, he's quoting it.
Oh,
okay. Yeah.
Oh.
And it's quoted 5 or 6 times in the Tengyur. I don't see it in the Kanji. Okay. So people quote it, but it's kind of passed on through the generations. Okay. And it looks like the same, right? Yeah, it's the same. It's the same. Okay. Who's gonna read the next one? Thanks, John. Yay.
Jack, you pick. Jack is gonna pick.
Okay.
Yay!
She's wearing a blue sky top.
Ooh. It's a plug.
Chokun sabun tam chepa nampar men pakun shite dewa dewe kunchi nam sheni dampatag la nga nye Shedo.
Let's go slow. Let's go slow and translate it together. Okay. Chukun, easy.
Everything in the world.
Everything in the universe. Sabun.
Seeds.
Yeah. Tamche.
All of them.
Yeah, it's the seeds. It's all the seeds for everything. Okay, it's all the seeds for everything. All right. It's also the kun shi.
It's the support of everything,
Yeah, especially for the number member of those sabins,
everything that's ripened.
for the ripening of those seeds. It's the foundation for the ripening of all the seeds and for all the seeds. Therefore,
Hey, way.
this kunshi numbership,
This consciousness called kunshi,
yeah, nge shi.
it eyes. It says I.
I taught it, and then something cool to the Dhamma.
To the holy ones?
Yeah, to the special student.
Mm.
Okay, so that's obviously something that a mind-only school guy is going to enjoy quoting. Okay,
Just to make
All
us feel
right.
better.
There's this idea that there's all these seeds. There's a place where all the seeds stay in your heart. It's the root of all things, and I have taught it, but only to special.
The special.
Yeah, so that's obviously going to be quoted by any mind-only guy. Okay, and it comes. We find it in the same source quoted, not from this source, but it's quoted in this source. Is there any big difference? Tam Chipa, number Shipa. Yeah, he puts an Agiku E here.
Mm.
It is the consciousness of all seeds.
Mm.
That's all. Yeah,
It's
the
a
rest of
membership and it's a number membership. It's a number membership.
Oh, that's very interesting.
That's
Yeah,
it.
that's a big difference.
That's a big difference.
Yeah. He doesn't say in the Tengyur, it's the place where all the seeds ripen. He just says it's the consciousness where all the seeds are. Big difference. Okay. Let's push this one down so somebody can read it nicely. Who's going to take a shot? Yay!
Contra Lekian Lempe Nampar Shepa Sap Chintra
Good. Yeah.
Sabon Tamche Chuwe Lun
Yeah,
Lunshin Bab
that's okay.
Daktu Tokpar Gyurna Mirun She Dini Chipa Namla Nyematen
Good. Nice.
Shedan.
Let's go slow through it. You want to? Okay. Gongda, Dode Gongda, San Dinmir Mochana.
What I really meant?
Yeah, the book called, the sutra called What I Really Meant. Okay. Lembe numbership,
Taken.
the consciousness which
Okay.
takes, and probably birth. Okay, it doesn't say. Right? The consciousness which takes is subchingta,
Don't know.
submu.
Seeds.
It's deep
Deep.
and subtle. Okay, the consciousness that makes you take, and I assume it's take birth, is subtle. Sorry, it's deep and subtle. Okay. In it, saban tamche,
All the seeds.
yeah, all the seeds. Bap means they fall,
Mhm.
like a stream
Shin.
of chuo. Yeah,
Of
like a
the
stream.
river.
Yeah, like a stream water. What's chunbap, you old New Yorkers?
Three beings walk into a bar.
Yeah,
Glasses of water.
chunbap is the traditional name for that discussion of three people sitting around a table and seeing the glass of water differently. That section of ancient scripture is called Chumbak. But here he's talking about the place where all your seeds. He's talking about the glass where all your seeds are poured. Got it? The flow of your seeds are poured into this glass. Okay. And you shouldn't mistake it for duck.
Self.
Yeah, but
I.
he spells the tok without an S. What's the implication? Yeah,
Mistaken.
mistaken. Yeah, it's not to be understood as me.
Mhm.
Don't mistake it for me. It's just the refrigerator where your seeds stay, but don't think it's you. Okay.
Mhm.
And here's the clincher for those mind-only school guys.
Kids. Cheaper.
I maten.
Do not support.
I don't teach this to
Don't
Chiba.
teach to children.
Yeah, I don't teach this to the kids. Okay, I teach this to the adults. Take that little way. Mind only guys. Yeah, this is interesting because Chiba is a synonym for someone who has not seen emptiness. And here, middle way guys are being referred to as Chiba. Yeah. Okay. It's a. By the way, Word fixed this. You can see all the corrections he had to make.
Ooh.
1, 2, 3. He went through and checked the original scriptures, and he made some important corrections. Okay. Yay.
Venerable Xuanzang.
Yay. By the way, here's the original. Yeah, here's another quotation of that, of those lines. If you need a couple of them, right? Yeah, they're pretty much the same. I'm gonna push this down. Okay. All right, here we go.
Papalanka Shekpa Lekyang Semni Kunchi Namshe Te Narsempa Ni Yidino Yula Nyampa Rikpagang Dini Njupe Namshe Ndu Che Sokta Yepa Tekpa Chempoy Dode Nyamle Jungyo.
Yeah, this is very tricky. This is very deep, actually. I'm gonna make myself a note. First two. Sorry. Okay. Oh yeah, nice. It's sexy. It's cool. Okay. Lanka Shipa.
Journey to Lanka,
Yeah.
the exalted.
By the way, there's certain words in the world which are interesting examples of misspelling, of confusing transcription with pronunciation. One example is the Tsongkhapa's name in every scholar's text. They just flatly confused transcription with pronunciation, which is ridiculous. But and imagine getting stuck with your name spelled. My teacher, it happened to him, Farchin. Okay, it's anyway. Don't get me going. Why am I mentioning that? Oh, Sri Lanka's name is misspelled. Okay. Yeah, it's misspelled. Okay, someone took the British word with the diacritical on it and took the diacritic off and misspelled the country's name. And it starts, and it just starts like Moscow. Okay?
Yes.
All right. Another one of those British things. Papa Lanka Shepa. What's it mean, Lanka Shepa?
Journey to Lanka.
Yeah, journey to Lanka, which is always important because repeatedly in the scriptures, why is journeys to Lanka important?
Because it's like an island where you can just find jewels on the ground.
Yeah. Okay. So there's always a hidden connotation when you say somebody went to Lanka. It's always a double entendre. It's always meant to imply someone struck it rich. Okay. Usually spiritually. Okay. Anyway, the sutra's name is Journey to Lanka. Okay. Except for that monkey that jumped over the speech strength. Okay. Semni Kunshi Namshete.
Mind is a synonym for the foundation consciousness.
Yeah. Okay. So that's number 1 in our presentation of 8.
8.
Yeah. Okay. If you divide all consciousness into 8 types, which is only the mind-only school thing, number 8 is called foundation consciousness. Okay. First line, he's covering number 8. Remember. Second line, Nar Sembani Yi.
the mentality which thinks me is the consciousness, meaning negative consciousness.
Yeah, and Lord Buddha doesn't give the full name, so Tsongkhapa is okay, right? In the name of Tsongkhapa's book, he doesn't call it messed up consciousness; he calls it consciousness. And Lord Buddha did the same thing. He didn't say Nyun Yi, you know. He said Yi, you know. He has an excuse because he was making meter. Okay. So consciousness number 8 is covered in the first line. What's covered in the second line?
7.
Consciousness number 7. How many we got left?
6.
We got the first 6. Let's see if he covers the first 6.
Mm-hmm.
Those consciousnesses, which number Rigpa use,
which is aware of objects.
yeah, those consciousness which engage in objects, they are juping objects.
Those are the engaging ones.
Yeah, and that's a synonym for the 6th. When we say engaging consciousnesses, it's a synonym for the 6th. It means engaging in an outside object. Okay. So in this one quotation, a fairly reputable source has described 8 kinds of consciousness. Who was the source?
The Buddha.
Yeah, Lord Buddha. Okay. So if it's good enough for Buddha, it's probably okay. Okay. So they're using this as the scriptural justification for 8 consciousness, including the 2 that only the minority school normally accepts. Okay. Anticipatory translation. $500. Except you.
Oh, man.
What's coming next? We just finished it. Huh? What'd you say? Oh, you're hurting me. You're hurting me. Okay, cancel the bet. Is that clear?
Cancelled.
He promised
Lung and Rick.
Lung and Rick. He promised scriptural quotations, and then he promised
Logic.
So I would anticipate that the next sentence is going to be logic to prove a 7th and 8th consciousness. Let's go see. If you want to send me $100, okay. What?
No, it's okay.
I've said everything before. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Who's gonna read?
Yay!
Yay! Well, by the way, in 8 minutes, we stop this part of the class, and we have 15-minute conversation led by Mr. Word to discuss how on earth could you use this stuff in your real life. Okay, and that's where Grandpa goes and has a coffee and stuff. And then I get to watch the news, which is fun. Okay. Say that. Don't remind my friend. They didn't win this. They crushed them. So I don't think I should pay.
Is that how that works?
Okay. Okay.
I don't know if you know who are the Eagles.
Never mind.
Don't worry about it. Okay.
Okay. Pakpa, Lankar, Shake.
Oh wait, no. Sorry.
Whoa.
Oh, shoot.
Sorry.
Oh, shoot.
Right here.
Nipa Nyuniki Lungni.
Good. What's it mean, you guys?
Number 2.
What's the anticipatory thing? What are we expecting?
Logical.
Yeah, we're expecting.
Consciousness.
Well, actually, no, we're up to scriptural support of the second one, which is Nyunyi. Okay. Now, there was Nyunyi mentioned in the last quotation, but that's not the main one. Okay, so now we're expecting scriptural support of negative consequence. Okay. Here it comes.
Kondrale. Rengani Kunshi nam par shipa, Li nam par shipa chikdang hlin chikjuk de yidang. Renga ni dante yidang yi ki nam par shipa tangpo ngo. Dangpano.
I don't know. I don't understand that. Gongdeo Lei. Okay. Gongdeo says.
What I really meant, scripture says,
Yeah. Rengani.
provisionally speaking, or sometimes.
It could mean sometimes, I think here. Yeah. Sometimes.
Yeah.
Kunchi membership, huh?
The foundation consciousness
Is Plenchik to Jukba.
is, hangs out all together with, or engages at the same time with.
Yeah, with a certain other consciousness, and he doesn't name it.
Okay.
Okay. Sometimes your foundation consciousness links up with another consciousness. He does not name it.
Yeah.
And then Rengani.
And what should we do? Isn't that the
they,
name? Yi.
Yeah, I guess it's got to be referring to Nyunyi, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and that's Nyunyi.
Mhm.
Okay. Sometimes
Mhm.
sometimes foundation consciousness links up with another consciousness, which is messed up consciousness, which looks at foundation consciousness and thinks of me. Okay.
Yeah.
Then sometimes Nidangte.
Sometimes both of them or two of them.
Yeah. I would say sometimes it hooks up with two other ones.
And sometimes it's with two. The Nuni and the mental consciousness, the mental awareness.
But this could just refer to Yi as the object of Yiki membership. See what I mean?
I think it's Nuni, and I think it's 7 and 6. Yeah. Nuni Tang.
Because the first one, okay, it could be. It could be. Okay.
Okay.
We have to check our commentary.
Okay.
Then this is easy. Rengani.
Yeah, and if you speak in that provisional sense.
Oh no, sometimes. Here's just sometimes.
Yeah,
sometimes
once in a while.
That, Sometimes that. And sometimes, I guess you could say sometimes your mind hooks up with Kunshi, sometimes your mind hooks up with Nyunyi, and sometimes and when you see Jukpa in a mind-only book, think 6. When you see engage, when you see the verb engage, think of the 6. It always means the 6. Okay. So Jukpi membership, huh?
Yeah, those that engage, those consciousnesses that engage.
Dunkadang, all 7. Meaning also
Nyunyi.
Foundation consciousness. No, I think he's talking about Nyunyi sometimes hooks up with those 7. Okay? I think.
Let me see.
Sometimes it hooks up with Kunshi. Sometimes it hooks up with
Nuni and mental consciousness.
And then sometimes
sometimes it does all 7.
All 7 of the other guys.
Yeah, all the other.
Okay, good.
Yeah, they all travel together. They all hang out together.
Yeah, and by the way, there is no such quotation in that sutra. Okay, and the closest thing is this, and it's not bad. It's okay. Okay, but it's a little bit of a stretch. And by the way, you could search for the number 7. It doesn't even occur in the whole sutra.
I looked forever. I didn't find it again.
So there you go.
Yeah.
Who's going to read the next one? Oh, wait. We got any time?
We have 2
2 minutes, yeah.
I'll pick Rosa.
Rosa!
Yay!
She's so happy. She's praying. It's only 2 lines, and then you get to yell at word.
Perfect. You don't even have to wait.
Which one?
Sarah.
Okay. Sarah dan pampo chupala kunchila nampai nepeji pianpa champe nilong chok.
Good.
So pai suk ku sowo topo zendang.
Nice. Sarah Dambedo.
That's your favorite book, the
It's
Golden
one of
Light
my
Sutra.
favorite. By the way, it's the most popular sutra in Mongolia. So every time I used to go there, they used to ask me to teach it. So it's called the Sutra of the Golden Light.
Yeah.
Okay. In the 10th book of that, Golden Light Sutra says, if you're able to jong out the yi, which nays in kunshi.
If you are able to clean out the mentality or mind, where the kunshi lives, or where the kunshi stays.
No,
Stays in the kunchi.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Stays in the kunshi. Okay.
If you're able to clean out the yi.
Oh, the mentality. The probably negative consciousness,
which is fixated on the kunshi.
Which fixated on the kunshi
because it believes kunshi is
me.
Me. Okay, that's what messed up mind means.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Conscious number 7 is looking at conscious number 8. Can we see?
Yes.
If you clean it out, guess what happens?
You can achieve the ku, the body of that is Longchu, which is enjoying itself all the time, Dzogpa completely enlightened.
Clean out the messed up state of mind, which is looking at the foundation consciousness thinks it's me. Clean that out, you're Buddha.
Yay!
Not bad. Okay, word next time.
Yay!
And there's the quotation. By the way, it's the wrong bumble.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Whoopsie. Maybe it was a different edition again.
Could. So I don't want you to do that one. I want you to do. Sorry, these are all the
notes.
That's too easy. These 2 paragraphs, take do and pumbo.
Okay.
Okay. Take do and pumbo.
Okay.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay, next time. Okay,
yes,
bye.
Yay!
When I leave.
I know the torture is just starting. Okay, so this is when we have a discussion of the very practical uses of what you just learned. I know there's so many, you don't know which one to start with. Does anybody have any ideas of how we can practically use this? I mean, the last line was to become perfectly enlightened forever. So that could be one. I don't know. Any ideas? Okay. You're like, I take it back. It's not worth it.
So I've been confused. If the foundation consciousness has all of your karmic seeds in it, right?
Right.
And then karma is movement of the mind and what it brings.
Keep going.
What are you left with after the foundation consciousness is gone? You've still got thought consciousness, number 6.
True.
But you're not planting any karmic seeds because you don't have a foundation consciousness to plant them in anymore. And then are you creating karma anymore?
You are, but we don't call it karma.
Yeah, I was confused. Like, what does it look like at that point, right? Do you have subjects and objects anymore?
You do. We just had that part in our last book.
Yeah, and I didn't understand it.
Yeah, you still have thoughts like, I'm me, and I help people. That's what he said.
Okay.
Meaning, even though you don't have, basically, second mic.
There you go.
Thanks, Tim. So basically my understanding after 9 painstaking years of trying to figure out this one point, because both books are totally about this one point pretty much. And the question basically is, how do you use this in spiritual practice in this school? Okay. Meaning, where is this all going? If I get rid of my kunshi, my foundation consciousness, is it like a lobotomy? Am I just like, or is it a way to get rid of it and still walk around and be able to do things? Or is there some third choice that we didn't think of? And it's, I don't know, it's some third and a half choice. It's basically, you still have these mental capacities, but they don't call it karma anymore. They don't call it kunshi anymore. Kunshi, it doesn't say it outright in all the books right away, but kunshi is actually like a dirty thing. Like, it's like, even though they call it nyuni, like messed up mind, kunshi's messed up too. It's like, and they say it, the reason they call it foundation consciousness because it's the foundation of everything that's messed up. It's not just all the karmic seeds. It's karmic seeds which create negativity. So you still have these mental capacities, but they don't call it foundational consciousness anymore. So you can still plant seeds. You can still think, oh, I want to help people. You can still be long chuzokpa, right? But you don't have a foundation conscious anymore.
Where's okay? So if you can still plant seeds, where is it being planted then?
In your non-kunchi kunchi.
Okay. All right. Yeah. The 7.5.
8 1/3.
8 1/3.
Yeah. No, and to be honest, Jason Kappa, who is probably explaining the school better than anyone in history, at the same time doesn't belong to this school. So he's also showing some of the holes in the logic of the school, which there are, because it's not the ultimate school. There is logic, there is holes in the logic, and it's the mind-only people would have you think, oh, he only taught this to the big boys, the non-chivas, right? But that's just to make them feel better, okay? It's just a step to get to middle way. So they use it as a step to get to middle way, and because of that, there's holes. And if you examine those holes thoroughly, you can get you very far to the 8th, 9th level bodhisattva level. But then you'll be like, wait a second. So am I going to be brain dead in a second if I finish this thing? And it's like, no, you still have a mind. You don't have to call it kunshi or anything anymore. It's just your mind. Yeah.
One.
Oh, I'll slow down. Okay. Any other wonderful questions? Well, okay. I've been thinking about practical uses of this school for like 9 years. Okay, because I'm forced to think about this stuff. It's my job. And honestly, again and again, it comes to me that there are, for me, I have many logical loopholes in my mind, right? You think, I don't know, I argue all the time with Lydia, my partner, okay? And I always think I'm right. It's horrible. But then, like, when the negative emotions go down a little bit, I'm like, oh yeah, maybe she did have some valid points, And it's kind of like that, where we have to have a way in which we can examine our own minds. And if we just say, oh, the pen, and it's, coming this way, it's kind of easy for us to be like, oh yeah, I believe the pen. Yeah, it's coming from, yeah, totally, But then there's all these nuances to us and our minds, which kind of, we can kind of skip over and act like, oh yeah, I'm middle way, yeah, pen. And it's like, oh, how happy were you today? Miserable, So there's a joke like, your understanding of emptiness is directly proportional to your happiness. And if you believe that, you're like, uh-oh, okay. What do I really understand? And I have my good days and my bad, but based on that, I'm more mind-only school than middle way. You understand? So that's how I like to think, to apply it. I like to apply it to the parts of me, parts of my mind that have logical issues. Yeah, see, I agree. Anybody else? Are you just scared because you don't have to sit up here? Okay, I'll tell you something practical. We're about to finish my book, okay? I'm very excited. I'm very excited to be completing the book. I feel like the practical purpose of all of these books is to help clean out our minds, really. There's some beauty or magic to these books that if you even attempt to understand them, right? And it's very difficult. I mean, Jason Kappa wrote like 10,000 pages of the hardest philosophy ever. You know, I was a philosophy major in college, and it was very difficult. These European philosophers, Descartes and Kant and, you know, Hegel and Nietzsche, you know, and Jason Kappa blows them all out of the water. Like, no, and, you know, 15 years ago when I heard my teacher say, oh, this is the hardest philosophy, we will debate one page for a month. And, you know, I'd be like, come on, a month? Come on, I figure it out like that, you know? No, I still haven't figured this book out. You know, you have to read it over and over. And every time you read it, something happens in your mind where kind of all the wrong thinking kind of just bubbles to the surface. And it's I don't know, it's like magic or something. I don't want to say there's anything in the book because that would refute the whole idea of the books. But for me at least, there's something amazing that happens. And I've had other people report it too, you know, it does something. I think the effort, you know, the attempt to think about this stuff, there's some power in that, you know, and I don't know, it just, something switches, you know, or something switches on. And I don't know, I think that's the most practical purpose of all of this, because otherwise it's just something on this shelf, you know, that it can't help anybody, you know? So that's what I think. Yeah. Oh, online. Anatole, please. What's your question?
Oh, I just saw that you mentioned and I think it was brought up in the class today too, about when you actually remove your negative consciousness, then you're a Buddha, and then something about like that happening at one of the higher bodhisattva levels. But then in the Q&A, you said something about still having some mind-only ideas, I think, at the 8th and 9th level, but in actuality. And then I was thinking, isn't it in the highest school that that you don't have mind-only ideas once you reach the first bodhisattva level? I mean,
I see. Yeah, I get you. Okay, so Anatole's question is, this is how I teach. She's imitating me. So Anatole's asking, Jason Kappa seems to say these things that happen on the 8th and 9th level, according to the mind-only school, right? And he says, basically on the 8th level, you reach no more negative emotions, okay? And so, which means you can't have a messed up state of mind anymore. And then on the 9th level, you start to reach extremely subtle states of mind where you can't think things even your thoughts are not coming from you in a way, right? And then finally Jason Kappa says, or he quoted, on when you reach Buddhahood, if you will reach Buddhahood if you completely destroy the negative consciousness. Okay, but Anatol's question is, isn't it true that anyone who sees emptiness directly is middle way, and therefore, as soon as you get to the first bodhisattva level, you shouldn't have any mind-only type ideas in your mind whatsoever? I would say, exactly. Well, he's saying, yeah, exactly. According to which school Ina says. I would say this, Anatol, as far as I could say, you could be an Arya on the first bodhisattva level and understand emptiness, but still have subtle obstacles to omniscience in your mind, which would then be arguable of when and how you got rid of them. And so then it could be that a mind-only school understanding could take you to the 8th or 9th level, even though you were an Arya in a middle way sense. It could be. I don't know. I'll tell you when I get there. Okay. Okay. That's time. Yay! And now we'll have the news with Juan Hasso.
Thank you, Ward.
Thank you, Juan.
Think as well.
Yay!
Okay. So this is gonna be challenging because I'm having something that is team around. What? Yes. Tim was teaching me the other day about, well, the city is very warm. High intellect. But down there, I don't know. Yeah, Gongshi. Yeah. So Tim was teaching me, I don't know where Tim is, but he was teaching me about rich people's problems. And I think this is one of those because now we have so much content that 15 minutes is not enough, but we'll try. Let's move quickly. The most important news are, really, you can follow our channel if you want to present something. Just email us. You can follow Instagram or watch recordings on YouTube, website, and come every Monday and every Saturday to the classes where we show the news. But really I think is the classes. The real jewel are the classes. And Geshe Michael teaches us, thank you so much, every Monday and every Saturday. Thank you. That's the next news. No, it's actually a very interesting story. It's like when your teachers force you to bet against him. What do you do, right? But I took the bet, and the bet was we have to support the brotherly friendship city, Philadelphia Eagles. And yeah, then I don't know. I never win these things, but yesterday I won. So thank you so much. He didn't ask me. He just say, you're going to bet for this team. I'm going to bet for this team. Give me your hand. And I say, okay. So, but what I find very beautiful is that the Philadelphia Eagles are supposed to be the brotherly, loving city of brotherly love. And then, because of that, today I was thinking about what happened in the morning. Next picture, please. So this is the YSI team. They invited me to participate in one of their talks. It was very, very fun, very, very beautiful. You guys can watch it if you want. Just talk to them for the link. But you know, I thought it was a great opportunity. Thank you very much. For interconnection between organization is really, really great. I was hesitant a little bit to do it, but Benji was very skillful. He sent one of his troopers, and she was very smart because she talked to me and it was like, you want to do it? And I was like, I don't know. And she was like, if you do it, you can invite our audience to your programs. And I was like, okay, that sounds good. You know, in this business, I say that there's many threats, very few bribes, but they did it well. So they invited me and we had a lot of fun. Next picture, please. And wait, no, the video. I just want to share something very beautiful that the YSI people also organized, and I just want to thank them because I think that's to see these kind of things happening in the world. I don't know. When I say the world, I mean in the daily life. It's very, very beautiful. So please, if we can share the video. We did go to the nursing home because I think it's Benji and Teresa's idea. Thank you for taking us. I never go. Thank you for dragging me there. I actually enjoy it very much. So thank you so much. And yeah, so I'm very happy to, as a PTWN News, to serve as this part of interconnection between all the organizations. I think we're a big family, so I'm very grateful for that. And I want to show you a download of a few events that are coming up. The SCU is having an event on March. Actually, some of us are going to Japan. They are doing their events. There are other events happening, but Xiaoping shared with us a very cool video I want to share that summarizes a little bit of what they did in 2024. So you have a little picture of what we're going to be doing in Japan. So next video, please. As far as I understand, this year you're going to be having events in Japan, in Sedona, in New York. It's going to be very exciting. Let's see how it goes. We wish you the best for this year as well. What other things are coming up? We have this interesting, very interesting visit to the Dunhuang Caves in the desert happening in April. We should be watching the pictures. And we have also the visit in Diamond Mountain in April. And we also have, for example, the event in Mexico. And yeah, just a quick download on what's going on. So we are very grateful on this event. Thank you very much, Conila. I don't know where she is. Thank you very much, Earl. I don't know where he is, but oh yeah, awesome. And I would like to invite you and Yuki, because I know you have special talks for all us. And while they come to the stage, I just want to mention that I hear Teresa is coming to Mexico in a few weeks. I don't know if you knew about that. She's going to be teaching Lady Niguma level 2 in Guadalajara. So if you happen to be in Guadalajara, which for whatever weird reason I'm going to be there, maybe you want to take the level 2 with her. You can follow the curious, but she's teaching in Spanish, which is cool because it's rare when you get to hear a teacher in their native language in Spanish. You know what I'm trying to say. Okay, tell us, what are you up to?
Okay, thanks, Juan. We are finishing up a program with Geshe Michael, the Bhagavad Gita, the first chapter. So thank you, Geshe Michael, for teaching. And part of what we've done is we've created an auction, and there is 5 minutes left. This auction is for a huge digital archive, special teachings on the notes from Geshe Michael for the Gita, his private notes from this course, so stuff that he didn't get to teach, that's still there. I found a recording of the person that taught us how to chant, Shankar. So there's a lot, and there's 600,000 pages of searchable files on the one flash drive. So the auction, the 3 bids so far, we're having 3 winners. First winning bid, $5,000. Thank you very much. Second, $1,300. Third, $1,200. So you have 4 minutes.
But we start late. Keep talking.
So you have till the start of class time to bid. I wanted to share a few things that are going on with YSI coming up. Some of the things that YSI is doing this year is we're really focusing on the Lady Naguma teacher trainings. And we will be running those with groups in Russia. So we'll be doing all 3 of our level 1 program, the foundation, the master, and the teacher training. And that will certify teachers to be able to really have a very thorough understanding of yoga and how to teach safely and properly, inner and outer methods. And we'll run that program with Pranamove in Russia. So really happy with that program is really expanding and exploding. So those are the dates. We'll also be running that program in our Chinese market through our distributors in China. And Yuki, do you want to share a few things about that?
In Chinese?
In Chinese. So if you are English speaking, go to the translation channel.
Okay. 好，那正如大家现在看到的，我们将会在今年呢，就是做尼古马一阶的培训课。那我们在去年其实有了一些毕业生，那有更多的人想好奇我们在讲什么，所以呢，我们也欢迎。
Many graduates from last year. Lots of people are curious what we're teaching, so we really welcome you to join our Lady Niguma's course series and eventually become a yoga teacher. So we will start our foundation level in February. If you haven't signed up, please contact your distributor. And Juan just said, thank you.
Yuki is going to tell us if there's a new bid. We have another 2 minutes, and I'll tell you about a few more programs. First off, in September, we'll continue with the Bhagavad Gita. Geshe Michael and I just met and plotted our plan. So look forward to that. It was an amazing. I actually tried to convince him not to teach the Gita, and I'm so glad he said no. I was like, let's teach a different text. And he said no. And I just, it was such a cool program and text, and I was so happy that he didn't listen to me. We'll teach also the Yoga Sutra, the 2nd chapter. Oh, yes. Here's the auction item. Picture of Geshe Michael. This is the picture that's in my meditation room. It's my favorite picture of Geshe Michael. It's him playing bass at a concert, playing Jimi Hendrix, Voodoo Child, and that contains the digital archive. A couple courses. We'll be doing a program called Yoga for Negative Emotions, which sounds funny. Yoga to get rid of your negative emotions. Very beautiful program using yoga methods to help control our negative states of mind. Introduction to meditation, really focusing on getting to level 4 of meditation. If you don't know what level you're on, that's a problem. We need to know what level we're on, the problems at that level, the solutions to that level, and the techniques on that level to get to the next level. So we need to know the map. And that program is about developing the map to get to stage 4. Any new bids, Yuki?
Yes. No.
No, okay. So congratulations to the winners. We'll reach out. Thank you very much for supporting YSI and for supporting this program, and for Mixed Nuts and Peachtree for sharing the stage.
$20 for like 10. It's right. You take it. Absolutely. All right. Thank you, Geshe Michael. Okay, and finally, just to welcome Dr. Seiya Rao and Geshe Michael again to the stage, we want to thank DCI because look how many things they have provided for this wonderful production. You don't know, but your butts are comfortable because of this man. So you should thank him. He brought he let us use all the chairs. He provided the beautiful screen. He provided the car for Gina and Francisco and some of the equipment. So thank you, Seiya, very much. Thank you for being around. Thank you for your friendship. And please have a great class.